This is Sofaville's Dark Season presents Episode 21, Conceal and Destroy, with Anya Sayadian as the representative.
Good morning everyone, and welcome to this induction from Cray-Vo Cosmetics. This is the fourth in the series of the Cray-Vo induction classes. As you'll remember, we've previously covered the history of Cray-Vo. Then we went on to lessons 2 and 3, in which we had an overview of the product range and our approved door-to-door sales techniques, and we're right up to date onto part 4, removing the corpse and destroying the evidence. If you turn to page 47 in your handbooks, you will see a lovely illustration there done by our in-house genius artist Carl. Now, Carl has drawn a scenario that you might well find yourself in as Cray-Vo hosts. Now, here we can see our host Deirdre, and what's that by her feet? It looks like the body of what was until recently a customer. In this scenario, Deirdre has tried the 3 steps to sales. Remember from lesson 2? That's right. Introduce, demonstrate, extract. And it seems to have gone a bit awry at stage 3. The customer has said no, and a customer rejection is a customer for the competition. And we can't have that now, can we? No. So Deirdre has decided to go with that rejection and beaten her head in with the nearest weapon to hand, which, in this case, appears to be a steel tin DVD box set of the sitcom Modern Family. Now, why is this a good choice of weapon? Anyone? Anyone? That's right, Jane. It's all about streaming these days, so nobody's going to notice the set's missing. It's also nice and bulky. Enables a good grip. What else might you use? A Woman's Weekly? No, sorry, Janet. Unless you're ramming it down her throat as a choking device, it'll be no good. Trying to beat someone to death with that will take far too long, and time is of the essence. Anyone else? Kitchen knife? Perfect. We do like to overcomplicate these things, but sometimes it's best to just go simple and be aware of what is in every house. Plan ahead. Cray-Vo always values the more focused members of our team. Janet. So, we're back in the house, and what have we here? Luckily, the customer has Nordic-style wooden floors rather than a carpet base. Less absorbent, less complicated when mopping up the blood and bits of skull and brain tissue. Now she's keeping calm. She's remembered her breathing exercises, and she's also wearing man-made fibres so we can worry less about staining and pretty much go straight to letting the blood dry on her clothes and burning them in a woodland glade or similar. Oh no, a car park bin won't do. Remember the rhyme? Any evidence left behind means you'll probably do some time. Clear up the mess, avoid the finger pointing by the police. Best to just avoid that whole "it wasn't me, officer" stuff altogether. But we'll get to that later. It all just saves trouble in the long run, yeah? Right. So, we can see Deirdre has now wrapped up the body in bin bags and sent false text messages to the victim's family, telling them she wants to be alone, which buys her time, so she can clear up the mess, back her car up to the door come nightfall, and load the body in the boot with no witnesses. Here's our ABC of what Deirdre does next. Arrange the body. This is vital for easy movement of the corpse. You don't want it all splayed out like a banana peel. You want it arms by its side, nice straight line, ready to be rolled up in plastic. If you can find any belts or long shoelaces around the house to bind the limbs, then all the better. If there's something we value at Cray-Vo Cosmetics, it's initiative. So go nuts! See what you can find. B. Bleach and destroy. Any bodily fluids left behind will get you into trouble. A spot of blood is a spot of bother, as I always say, so get scrubbing. A little tip I always find useful. Use the light on your camera to reflect off the floor to make sure no watermarks are left behind. That one's for you for free. And finally, Once you've loaded the body into your car and left the house nice and clean, we, C, concoct a story and establish an alibi. You have to be sure of your facts. I cannot press home enough the importance of this. We have lost too many of our reps to carelessly forgotten details. We want you to have long and fruitful careers with the Cray-Vo Cosmetics company. So, get your story straight and we'll be in and out of those interrogation rooms and back on the streets selling lipsticks and blushes before you can say Oscar Pistorius. So, that's the end of this session. After the break, we'll be covering the second part of this. Corpse disposal, dismembering and liming, and there will be a physical test on this one, so please bring marigolds and goggles, because lime is corrosive and it will burn you. Okay? Thanks everyone, especially to the warden here at HM Prison Mark Wade, who's helped make all this possible. Coffee and cake is in the other room with Mrs. Lungsworthy, all made by her fair hands, so don't forget to say thank you. Manners cost nothing. And I'll see you back here in 20 minutes. Okay? Bye!
You have been listening to This is Sofaville's Dark Season, Episode 21, Conceal and Destroy, with Anya Sayadian as the representative. Music was provided by Shane Silverman of Silverman Studios. Don't forget to subscribe from wherever you stream or download this podcast from. We're available on Spotify, iTunes, and all good podcast hosts. New episodes are broadcast every Wednesday.